Good morning, YouTube. Right, it is now 5 to 6 in the morning and I've just arrived at the gym, just parked outside. It doesn't actually open until 6. I never said I'd be one of those people who sits and waits inside the gym. So like they have a little lobby reception area and people just go in there and stand and wait and like stare at the receptionist. Like, why are you not letting us in? And it's like, well, we don't open until 6. So I'd rather just sit in my car and wait till it opens. But yeah, so I've not done one of these in a long time and I'm fully aware of that. After saying that I was going to be consistent with this, I've just not been consistent with it. So here is my promise to you before I crack on with what I'm going to talk about, is that I'm going to do 2 to 3 YouTubes per month, guaranteed from now onwards. Vlogs, day in the lives, training updates, nutrition updates, life updates, business updates. I'm going to make sure that I'm on it, okay? So that is my promise to you. So yeah, listen, I thought I would do one of these. First of all, to say that I'm going to do more of them. And secondly, to just give a little bit of an update on things, because I don't know, since the last time I did one of these, I think we were training for the marathon, which a little bit of an update on that. Obviously, we're not doing it at this moment in time. I'm pretty certain that we will do it, but we basically came to the decision, because me and Jake were going to run the marathon, just me and Jake, and it was going to be a bit shit, because it was going to be just me and Jake on the roads with no crowd, stopping at traffic lights, all that kind of stuff, and it was just going to be fucking rubbish, right? Because the whole point in one of those events is the actual event itself, right? Because you're running with other people, it's the atmosphere, you get that buzz. So we've decided that we wanted to do that, and also Jake's just had his little one, Lilo, so congratulations to Jake. And I've got my little one coming in January, so it all just got a little bit convoluted, so we decided that we'd just push that back, which we'll maybe do next year, so kind of keep an eye on that. So for me, I've just been kind of chipping away, and I put up an Instagram post over the weekend about this, and I essentially said that my training had felt a bit weird recently, and felt like I'd had no real purpose. Because I'm in a bit of I don't want to say an odd place, but a place where I think it's actually a nice place to be, and it's not spoken about enough, right? Because right now, I'm more than lean enough. Like, I've got visible abs, I feel good. If I really wanted to dial things in for a couple of weeks, I could really tighten up, you know? Obviously, I don't have that desire, I don't have anything to do that for. And I think sometimes when it comes to getting lean, you've got to know why you're getting lean, because the behaviours you're gonna have to adopt to get yourself lean and get yourself low body fat is actually, you know, you're gonna have to be meticulous with your tracking of your calories. You're gonna have to be moderating your social events at the weekends. You're gonna have to be a little bit, I suppose, kind of highly strung in terms of your behaviours for a small period of time, right, to get yourself lean enough to be in the position I'd want to be in, certainly. So I'm just not there. Like, I just don't have that burning desire to get any leaner. And again, I'm lean enough. Like, if I went on holiday tomorrow and had to take my top off, I'd be very, very content with the way that I looked. I don't particularly want to commit to a gaining phase, because we've got the little one coming in January. So that's only, 2 months away? And, you know, to go into a proper gaining phase, you're talking minimum kind of 6 months to get the most out of that, right? So I'm not too fussed about that right now. But I am training really well. Like, I'm probably eating just under maintenance, or in and around maintenance are the best part, so that I can still enjoy maybe a little bit more for socials and stuff. My nutrition is always really good, so my habits are really well instilled around that, and I'll go through some nutrition bits today so you can have a bit of an insight into how I'm kind of approaching that side of things at the moment. And I'm just enjoying my training for what it is, and this is just a nice place to be, and I don't think many people get to this stage. So I'm in the gym religiously 4 days a week lifting weights. I'm doing a couple of runs. Generally speaking, I'm doing an hour of Muay Thai with a one-to-one instructor, a one-to-one coach, Jack. Big up Jack, he's fucking mint, and really making that enjoyable for me, so I'm enjoying that. So I'm feeling fit, I'm feeling strong, I'm feeling kind of pretty good all around, but without any real purpose. Now that purpose will change. Like, for me, it's really nice to be sat around maintenance, but it probably, I can only really sit here for maybe 3 to 6 months at a time before I'm like, right, I need that next thing, you know? So we'll have to see what that next thing is. I reckon, I don't even want to say the words, but it could be something like a Hyrox. You never know, because I feel like I need a bit of a challenge, you know, kind of on a fitness front. But the point I'm making here is, even though I don't have a real purpose in my training right now, my standards, as in like the things which get you into shape and keep you into shape, so the habits around nutrition, around training, are there all the time. They're there every single day, regardless of a big goal or not. And something that I say to my clients literally day in, day out when I'm doing their check-ins and I'm talking to them is don't focus on the outcome of what you want to achieve. So say if someone wants to lose body fat and they've got 10, 20 kilos to lose, don't focus on the number, because you'll have a really shit time. Like, focus on the behaviors, focus on the habits, focus on the process. And if you can do that, then the outcome is just going to look after itself and you're going to enjoy that journey. Whereas actually, if you wake up every single day and wonder why the fuck you've not lost that 10, 20 kilos, you're going to feel pretty shit about it, and it's going to take a long time, and it's going to be a really miserable journey, because all you're doing is focusing on the outcome. And actually, as cheesy as this fucking sounds, and I don't want to be one of them fitness wankers, but like the fun is in the fucking the descent, not getting to the top of the mountain like it is. Is that right? Is the descent on the way down? Ascent? I don't fucking know. The fun is in the climb, right? It actually is. It's the same with like a marathon or a half marathon. Like, I've done a couple of half marathons and it's a buzz to get to the end. But like, obviously it's all about the actual run itself. So you've just got to try and enjoy that side of things, and if you can do that, you'll always be in a good position. And that's where I am. Like, I know that if I wanted to pivot in any direction right now, I'm fit, I'm strong, I'm lean enough. Like, I'm in a good position to do that, but that's because of years and years and years of like building these habits. Anyway, I've spoken for too long and I've been rambling on. So listen, I'm at the gym. I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a workout. I won't be able to film much of the workout, I don't think, unfortunately, just because this is this gym, like, no one really films in. It's a bit odd when you do film. But I'll catch up with you after the session for a bit of breakfast, and I've got some work to do, so I'll take you through some work bits. And then later on, I am on dad duties because we don't have babysitters today, which is why I'm going to be starting work about 7 a.m. so I can finish a bit earlier and spend some time with a monkey. So I will take you along with us there. So see you guys in a bit. Okay, so that is the workout's done. I've had a bit of a shower, feeling nice and fresh. It's currently 7:25, and I'm working from the gym this morning just because we're actually having a home office built in the garden at the moment for me, which is going to be sick, which I can't wait for, which I'll show you a little bit of a preview later on. So yeah, I'm working from here today just because it's carnage at home and there's just mess everywhere, and also Thea's there, and when Thea's there, it's carnage. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check in with my coach. So I check in with my coach every single Monday and do it first thing on a Monday morning. Because, listen, coaches need coaches. A lot of what I preach about on my Instagram, and if you follow me, is the fact that actually you probably don't need to be told what to do. You need to actually do the things. And just not enough people realise that, right? It's not about knowledge. I mean, obviously, I'm a genius. So, you know, when I pass on my knowledge to my clients, they're like, holy shit, Jake, you know so much. But it's more just actually about being a relatable human and understanding someone's issues, because everyone knows to a certain extent when it comes to losing body fat, they need to move more and eat less. But it's actually doing it, right? Because, well, there's caveats to that as well, but it's actually doing the stuff that you know you need to do. So I always check with my coach on a Monday. We talk through training, we talk through nutrition. I tell him if I've got anything coming up for the week, and we just make a bit of a plan together. And it holds me accountable to higher standards. It holds me accountable to pushing myself harder in the gym, getting the shit done that I know I need to get done to the best of my ability, regardless of what's going on, right? Because, believe it or not, I am very busy. And obviously I've got a family, so I'm trying to fit everything that I want to physically from a nutrition training standpoint in and around that is still tricky. So for someone to take the reins on that for me, pretty fucking important. So I'm going to check in with him, and then I've actually going to onboard a couple of new clients. So I've got some new clients starting. Depending on how busy it gets in here, I'll see if I can show you that onboarding process. There's literally no one in right now, it's just me. So I can talk away, but if people come in, I feel a bit rude chatting away. So we'll see. So I'm going to check in with him, and I will catch up with you guys soon. Apologies if it's a little bit noisy because I'm working from the gym today, as I mentioned earlier. So I've actually just done a welcome video for a new client, and I thought I'd kind of show you what it looks like, because it's easy for me to say, it's all that one-to-one bespoke coaching. But actually, if I just show you what goes into a client setup, it'll probably make things a lot clearer. So I'm just going to turn this around, and let's have a little cheeky gander at the laptop here. Right, so don't know if you can see this, hopefully you can. So the first thing that we do is I have a client questionnaire. Now I'm not going to go through it because it's very personal to the person, right? But that client questionnaire is digging into goals, digging into nutrition, digging into injuries, digging into history, digging into a huge amount of information that allows me to really understand where that person's at and what they want to achieve. Once I've then got that information, I'll then go ahead and I'll build, this is my client's coaching folder. I put together a little bit of a meal guide for him, just because he's new to tracking calories. So I wanted to give him a couple of example days based around the targets I've given him. I'll go through his coaching log in full detail, so I'll show him what his targets are. And then of course he'll have a very bespoke training program as well, which is based around his goals. So once I've kind of gone through the questionnaire, I've put everything together, I'll then send over a welcome video. So the welcome video looks like this, right? So it's kind of 20 minutes long, and it's me talking through every aspect of nutrition and training in order for Richard to get started and smash his goals. So a little bit of an insight there into how we onboard clients. It is truly bespoke, one-to-one. A lot of coaches out there, unfortunately, will just kind of get someone's height, age, weight, send over some generic targets. But we go through literally a food diary, like I say, the questionnaire. We look at progress pictures, which obviously I'm not going to show you because it's not fair on him. We look at those, look at absolutely everything, and then we make sure that they know exactly what they need to do to hit the ground running, get some really kind of good results early on. And then we can build from there, right? We've got the kind of foundation to build as much as we need. So, one-to-one coaching. How it's done. If you want to know a little bit about it, say hello. Right, a little bit of an update because it's now 5 past 10. So I've been working for about 3 hours already because grind harder, hashtag and all that shit. And I just thought I'd show you, we're moving, a couple of examples of some check-ins this morning, because obviously it's kind of November the 4th today, so the chances are most people have kind of scrapped their training, their nutrition to a certain extent until January, and they're just not thinking about it, which is understandable. I used to do it as well, but I just wanted to give you a bit of an insight into what's possible when you really kind of put your mind to it. So here's a couple of my clients. I'm trying to turn you around, right? Here is Jamie on the left-hand side. Now, Jamie is 8 weeks in here. That's literally all he's done, and he's dropped 10 kilos. And if you just look at the difference here, this is absolutely enormous. So he's got, kind of way less body fat. Obviously, we're starting to see all of his muscle tissue come through as well. So he's got kind of clear abs now, really tightened up around the midsection, and we're starting to see it come together upper body-wise as well. So that's 8 weeks. So, I mean, that's just an indicator of what can be achieved, between now and the end of the year. Again, obviously managing your expectations around these socials and stuff, of course, but he's done that whilst moving house, whilst having socials on, all sorts. We then have Jack as well. Now, again, Jack has only been going here for 9 weeks, I believe. 9 weeks, and he's 11 kilos lighter. Now, obviously, we've still got a bit of work to do. Jack, I'm sure he will be the kind of first to admit that, but it is coming together really, really nicely for him. So we can see that he's starting to shape up. We're starting to see some abs pop through around the midsection, and his upper body is coming together as well. Again, just a bit of an example of what can be done when you put your mind to it. So 11 kilograms in 9 weeks, 10 kilograms in 8 weeks. It's a lot of progress. Obviously, these guys will be taking their foot off the gas a little bit around Christmas because we'll want them to enjoy life a little bit more. But it's going to give them a real foundation come January. So where most people are going to be gaining 3, 4, 5 kilos, between now and January, you can be in a very different position. That's completely up to you. So just thought I'd show you a bit of an insight into what is possible. All right, back to work. Okay, so that is work from the temporary gym office done. So it's now 11:30, and I'm literally just going to go to Asda and get a load of food because I have not eaten a single thing today, and I am freaking starving. I don't normally. I say I don't normally skip breakfast, but whilst I'm dieting, I would do. Obviously, right now I'm not really dieting. I'm very much in a content maintenance style phase, so there was no need to skip breakfast apart from the fact that I wasn't prepared, and because we've got all of this mayhem going on at home, I planned to eat at the gym. didn't eat at the gym because I was so busy. So I'm going to go get some scran, I'm going to eat, and then I've got a little bit more work to do whilst Thea naps, and then when she's up from a nap, I'm on dad duties. So that's when the fun will begin. I say fun, hard work. Right, we are back, and back in the madhouse. Here's Jarvis. Here's Thea. Say hello, Thea. Say hello, everybody. Say hello, YouTube. So I'm just about to make myself some food while this little monkey. Get your bum back down. Get your bottom back down. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just about to make myself some food because I'm starving, and then. You're going to bed, aren't you? You're going to sleep. And from there, I've got a bit more work to do. I've got a call with Jake at 1, and then I will be on dad duties with this one this afternoon. Okay, so Thea's finally-ish gone to bed. She's on her way up the stairs. And I'm just about to have my first meal of the day, and it's 20 to 1, so I am ravenous. Basically, all I'm having, super simple, because, again, I think people massively overcomplicate this stuff, right? I'm literally... Jarvis. I can hear the dog wants to go out. Here he is. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There he is. You're going out. Go do your business. So, as I was saying, I think people massively overcomplicate this stuff. I'm literally having oats, so porridge, with semi-skim milk, with some frozen raspberries, and I'm having this, and this is the goat. And the only reason I've got this is because my neighbour works for a peanut butter company, so I've got an absolute hookup, and it's amazing. But I do think it'll be on the market soon. This isn't like a paid ad or anything. I've got about 100 people who watch my videos. But this, peanut butter drizzler, but it's salted caramel flavour. Oh, unbelievable. So yeah, basically the macros to this meal, when it's finished and when it's all cooked, are going to be 776 calories, 94.9 grams of carbs, 20 grams of fats, 50 grams of protein. So a good quality meal, lots of carbs, lots of protein, basically making up for the fact that I did miss that first meal, so a little bit larger than what I'd normally have, but it's going to be good. So I'm going to chow down on this, and then I'm going to have to go and do some more work, and then dad duties. But yeah, just thought I'd show you what that first meal is loosely going to look like. And even though I'm not kind of looking to achieve great deals of fat loss or muscle building right now, still important that you do this shit. This. Weigh your food out, okay? So many people just aren't weighing their food, or they're eyeballing things. It takes 2 seconds. Like literally, I'm gonna, that is on top of the scales. So I'm just gonna squeeze this in. That's as simple as this is. And that's gonna tell me exactly how many calories I'm having in terms of peanut butter. Some people will just, they'll eyeball it and they'll be so far wrong it's untrue. And therefore, then they'll then wonder why at the end of the week they've not lost weight or they're not seeing the progress they want, whatever that might look like. So weigh your goddamn food out, right? It's so important, and it's once you've done it a couple of times, it starts to get really easy. And then over time, you can start to eyeball more things. Like, I can easily eyeball food now and I can have a really good idea of what I'm eating. But for a period of time, you've just got to get into the groove of doing it. So there we go, a little bit of a rant. Anyway, gonna scrum, then I'm gonna eat, then I'm gonna work, then I'm on dad duties. Bye-bye. Okay, so it is now around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am well and truly into dad duties. So I had a call with Jake just because we've basically got our blitz coming to an end, which is our group coaching, which everyone is doing extremely well with, and we've got a photo shoot coming up in a couple of weeks. So we just had to cover a few bits around that for the guys who are doing that photo shoot. And now I am out walking the dog with this little monkey as well. You saying hello? No? Oh no, the leads fell. Daddy, get the lead. There we go. You hold the lead. So there we go. The plan is walk these two, come back, chill out for a bit, make some dinner. And I've only eaten the one meal today, which I've got to be honest is unlike me. So it'll be probably a decent sized dinner. And do you know what, this has actually kind of got me thinking, because a lot of people will say that they are too busy to diet or too busy to get into shape. I mean, listen, everyone's busy, right? As you can see, I'm pretty damn busy, and most of my days are like this in some way, shape or form, without the child a lot of time. But tomorrow is like a full day of check-ins where I'll be at my desk for, see, you're not alone. I'll be at my desk for 10, 11, potentially 12 hours. So for me, darling, stop being dramatic. So that, she's putting this on. She's putting this on. So for me, that'll be a really busy day. But actually being busy, it can help you, right? Because you're forced to get organised. And yes, I might be a little bit unorganised today, but certainly isn't going to be, if I was dieting, if I was looking to drop body fat and I was super busy, you know, I've got my 2 meals in place, high in protein, both of good quality, probably have a little bit of Greek yogurt in the evening. Well, actually, you're probably in a better position to lose body fat than if you weren't busy and if you sat around doing nothing, you're thinking about food. So just a little bit of a thought process around that. But I'm going to get back to this walk. We'll catch up with you guys in a bit. So, you want to walk? So this is the new Biceps and Banter headquarters, not the tent. Obviously the tent is just what the guys are using to keep dry whilst they're making it. And this is it. This is where the magic is going to happen. So it's not obviously finished just yet. They're just putting the finishing touches on it. But this is why I was working at the gym earlier, because obviously we're having all this done at home. That means the house is just a bit of a madhouse at the moment. So, but in a few days' time, this will be my office, which is pretty cool. It's locked up at the moment, so I can't show you inside, but yeah, there we go. What do you think, Thea? Do you like it? There's the dog, obviously. So yeah, Biceps and Banter headquarters incoming. Watch this space. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to film my dinner. Absolute schoolboy error, and it shows how rusty I am with the old YouTube stuff. But I did have, for those of you who follow me, I had my signature dish, which is loaded fries, which is basically chopped up potatoes, white potatoes in the air fryer with a little paprika, salt and pepper. You pop those into the air fryer for around about half an hour, give or take, so they get nice and crispy on the outside, but they're still nice and soft in the middle. And then you whack those on a plate, shock horror, or actually not even on a plate, like in a little bit of a bowl, and then you fry up 250 grams of lean beef mince. Always go for like the 5% stuff. And then it's with some peppers and some onions, a little bit of seasoning, however you want. And then what I'm doing at the moment, because I've got a little bit more to play with in terms of nutrition, and I haven't got a burning desire to drop body fat, as we've discussed, is I'm having a bit of ketchup and some Péronise, and if I'm feeling really cheeky, even a little bit of grated cheese. And I tell you what, it is banging, like banging. And potatoes are one of the most satiating foods, as in filling foods that you will eat, so they are excellent. And I'm now finally just chilling out, so I put Thea to bed. It's 8 o'clock. I've got the football on the TV, which is not the greatest match in the world, Fulham versus Brentford, and I'm just about to tuck into this, which is Weetabix, 4 Weetabix, crushed up with a little bit of milk. Then it's about 200-ish grams of Greek yogurt, Skia I use, to be fair, which is not even Greek yogurt, but 0% fat-free yogurt, high in protein, low in calories. And mix that up with some protein powder, with some peanut butter drizzled on top. This is good shit. It's high in carbohydrates, which is good for me because I train first thing in the morning fasted. So if I can get some carbs in kind of late-ish in the day, yeah, it might mean that I'm a bit heavier in the morning, but obviously it's not body fat, and it allows me to train well in the morning. So that is the crack. And that kind of concludes the first real vlog that I've done in a while. So I know it's been a bit shit and it's been a bit all over the place, but I wanted to kind of come on and just speak about where I'm at with things, because as I say, I think it's probably the least sexy thing to talk about is being content with your training and content with your nutrition and content with your physique. But that's very much where I am with things right now. And I know it'll change. I know I will get itchy feet. There's absolutely no doubt about it. There's only so long that I can stand still for. I always want something. And as I say, that might be a Hyrox, it might be a run, it might be a photo shoot. You never know, I might step on stage. Like fucking God knows, right? Because I'll always be looking for ways to mix things up. But there'll be something. It's not going to be the latter, that's for sure. Only because with the little one coming, there's no way I want to diet myself that lean whilst I'm having about an hour's sleep at night. And I'm just enjoying my training, right? I'm just fucking really enjoying my training. So next episode, try and let me know what you want to see more of. Do you want to see more nutrition? Do you want to see more Thea? Do you want to see more of my training? Or do you just want to see a blend of everything? Let me know. But like, subscribe, all that shit. It really does help. And I promise you that you'll be getting at least 2 of these per month now. So hopefully you are all well. And I shall speak to you in the next episode of what we call in the vlog. Just call it the vlog? Needs a cooler name. What shall I call it? Tell me. Speak to you soon.